Congratulations, you have just received an Entrepreneurship Scholarship to develop your dream project in your life. So you must be super excited. And yes, you should be super excited as well too. But what is next? Should you wait for the scholarship to start? Absolutely not. So today I'm going to give you 7 amazing tips that is going to help you to be super prepared for the scholarship program before it even started, and so you can go to the scholarship program and take the best out of the scholarship program like RASE scholarships. And the end result is after the scholarship program is finished, you have your project ready to develop your future success. You want that, right? So let's get started. I told you today I'm going to give you 7 tips that will really help you to get ready for the scholarship program. So that means, let's say you got an offer letter from RASE Scholarship. So before the RASE Workshop start, these are the 7 things you got to do it well. And if you do it really, that means you're going to be very, very successful out of the scholarship program, and you will have a very successful project as well too. So let's get started. Number 1. Now maybe you already have an idea. Let's say you wanted to do one of your ideas. You want to build that kind of idea projects. Do not just only stick with one project idea. Take 3 ideas like that. Build like 3 ideas so you can actually fine-tune them during your program. So let's say when you are in the RASE very first workshops, we'll be talking about business model and other thing, how we can build a sustainable business around your project idea. And that's the time you should be having multiple ideas so you can test and you can pick the best idea for you. And that's why the mentor going to help you too as well. So don't just come up with one idea. Think about at least 3 ideas. If you can go even more, it's fine. But make sure that if you have a 3 idea and you write down in a piece of paper, in a notes, don't put your idea here, but write it down in a notebook. What are those particular ideas you're thinking about? What you want to do and what will be the outcome of each of the idea as a project. All right. So get 3 idea ready. So that was the tip number 1. Now I'm going to talk about the tip number 2. Do not just be scared about it. Don't be silent. Talk that about your scholarship winning to your friends. If you got a scholarship, post it in the Facebook. You can talk to your classmates, your friends that you have got as SGD scholarships like RASE, and you should be very happy and proud about it. So I will tell you why you should be speaking about it. When you start talking that what you got, it's gonna make you feel like you have already earned it. And that is one of the core things gonna build inside of you that yes, now it's time to build my projects. I actually got the scholarship. I got the opportunity. Now I'm gonna knock it down. So that was the tip number 2. Do not just be yourself. Share, post your post in Facebook, talk to your classmate that you have got the RASE scholarship and you're gonna get ready for that. So when do the tip number 2 happens, then it's actually related to the tip number 3. So when you're gonna have a tip number 3 is actually tell them actually what is RASE scholarship is and what you want to build through the RASE. You want to build a successful project for yourself, for your future goal, to solve a community problem or build a startup projects. So talk about what is the scholarship program is. If you got a RASE program, talk about RASE. If you got another HGD project scholarship, talk about it to your friends too, so they know about it, what you will do. So number 2 and 3 gonna prepare you for the tip number 4, which is actually start recruiting. So when you already do the tip number 2 and 3 really well, basically you will see there's a lot of friends who actually gonna actively tell you, hey, can I join your team? I think I'm interested about your project. And that's exactly what you want, right? You need a team. You can never build something alone, something great. So you need to have a team on board. So to get the right team on board, you probably one way you can go and keep talking to everyone and tell them to join you, which is very, very challenging. So you do the tip number 2, that means you tell them first what scholarship you got, and then you explain them what is the scholarship and what you want to do with that, and talk about a little bit of an idea, which is going to relate to tip number 4. You will get actively engaging proposal to join your team, and that's why you can start to build your team. And one more thing, if you got a RASE scholarship, your teammates doesn't have to be RASE scholar. It could be anyone, your classmate, your neighbors, your friend, your Facebook friends, anyone who you think you're comfortable to work with and you trust that person to work for a successful project. bring them on board and start building your team. So that was the tip number 4. Start building your team by using tip number 2 and tip number 3. So now I'm going to give you the tip number 5. So you got to understand that how to build a startup or how to build a project. So there is a huge amount of people has a huge resistance when people try to take something, a new step, which they never done. Like most of you who got a scholarship never did a startup or even found a project before, and you're the first time you're doing it. So a common phenomenon in the market that just do it. I mean, it's just to encourage people, just do it. But when you just do it, I mean, that's a good thing that you took the step, but you have really no idea what you're doing. So you are exposed to a million of risk of failure like you are like in a room with no light. You are absolutely dark and you cannot see anything. So just do it is exactly like you are in a black, dark room finding the way out, which is not a good idea. So one of the things you need to do, you got to learn about how to build a startup. So there is a lot of contents we produced about this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a content in the top right corner here. Go click into it and watch that video after finishing this video. Watch that video multiple times and share that video to everyone who are joining in your team to make sure that what they are mentally getting ready. Because when you watch that video, you really get a very deep dive 15 minutes video can prepare you what you really need to do fundamentally to be an entrepreneur and build your own project. All right, so that was the tip number 5. Get yourself educated how to be an entrepreneur. So watch to achieve every goal of your life if you keep constantly learning. And that's why you created this project, one knowledge, one skill every day. All you need to do, pay attention to the subscribe button, click it, and then turn on the notification. And then you will keep receiving one new skill every day. Think about if you keep learning one new skill and knowledge for next 3 months, how much amazing amount of skill and knowledge you're gonna have. Let's get back to the point. Watch that video multiple times to really understand what it is about. So now let's talk about tip number 6. Actually, I'm gonna give you one more last hack, a bonus point after the 7 tips. So keep watching, you're gonna get the bonus at the end as well too. So let's go back to the 6. You gotta start learning about leadership. You really need to understand how the leadership works, because the leadership will be the key material for you, how successful you are as an entrepreneur or founder of your projects. So you may say that, John, I have done some leaderships in monitors, or maybe I have never done any kind of, or I was a captain of a sport team. You have such kind of leadership, but leadership is never about, it's like a continuous improving journey. So if you already got some sort of leadership, take it to the next level. Don't stop. Take it to the next time. Learn how to communicate better, how to organize it better, how to organize the teams better as well too. So for this one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make another video how to lead your team. So I'm going to put the video in the top right corner. It's a very detailed breakdown how you should be leading to your team. Watch that video. That is really going to help you out how you can start to developing your leadership skill. And tip number 7. And the tip number 7 is you got to be mentally ready. You got to be mentally super ready, because you know that it's something coming and you got to be ready for that. You got to be excited for that. And how to get mentally ready? Number 1, put the top priority. Don't just say that I'm mental ready but not taking action. Your mental ready means you should be taking action. So put the priority. From the time you got a scholarship program offer letter, now after you sleeping, eating and studying at school, or if you have a job, the next priority should be your projects, building your project, thinking about your projects. That should be your priority. So that is one of the things which actually reflect you are giving the right mindset and having the right mindset to make you being successful. Number 2, you should never think about you should be passing or fail. You should be thinking about you should be an HD. Of course, you should get an HD. You should give it every possible thing to do to get an HD. But not your goal is just to go to the school and go to the scholarship, get an HD. But your ultimate goal, build your project, get your project ready. End of the program, so you should have your project, and then you can take to some kind of contest like Vietnam's Amazing Student and build your project in real life and show the shining spark to the whole community by solving a particular problem, which is your idea in beginning of the program. So that was what I was talking about. So these are all the 7 tips you should be looking into it. if you're not clear about this video, watch it multiple times to really understand about this one. All right, I'm really mean it. You gotta really understand this video because I give you a lot of content to consume and start to take action about this one. Now let's talk about the bonus. I said that I'm going to give you one bonus, which is very important. You probably already thinking about how I'm going to running a project. I don't have enough money. I'm a student, or maybe I'm a university student, or I'm a high school student. I don't have enough money. What I'm going to do? So that is the kicker. So for this one, I made another video, how you can use technology to maximize your projects without any money. So in probably first 3 months, how can you take off your projects without any money? And when you already take off, you already get a lot of support from the community, funding, fundraising, or sponsors, or angel investor to support your projects. So that is why you really need to learn how to survive first 3 to 6 months without any cost by utilizing the technology solutions in your project development so you can start flying. So for that one, I made another video and I put it in the top right corner. Click that video and watch that after you finishing that one, and that will show you how you can use technology for operation development, for your product and marketing and sales of your project, and also the product development as well too, with zero money. And that's exactly you need when you are starting off a project. You should not be thinking about, oh my god, that's the only way I need to burn money and I have to ask from my parents or from my friends. No, don't do that. Start flying, and then you can get a lot of support from everyone. So that was my 7 tips, and I gave you one extra bonus too. Watch this video and watch all the related links I have provided you, and then start to get ready. You should get all the 7 done before you get the first workshop invitations. So any scholarship program you go, any program like RASE or any SGD program you go for entrepreneurship, you should be executing these 7 tips. So that will get you ready for at your best possible way, so you can make the best out of this entrepreneurship scholarship program and can build a huge impactful project for your future success. And I am looking forward to see you become very successful. All the best.
I'd love to give you some more strategies, more insight, and more interaction to help you reach your next level of success. Until next time, again, please subscribe, share this video with anybody who could be inspired by it today, and thanks one more time for being part